And I think you raise a really interesting point. And I also see this as being more prudent than ever from a broker's perspective. It's very easy to assume financial literacy. And I think that now more than ever, independently of where a borrower's literacy levels are at, that forecasting, and again, preferably in conjunction with a planner or an accountant or whomever is appropriate for that circumstance, that it is a more medium to long-term view, because obviously we have the privilege of knowledge of financial education, and I would expect that a lot of borrowers wouldn't even be in their vocabulary to understand that or potentially take that view. So I would really encourage brokers to take that on board. And I guess that's also a really nice way to make sure you're ring fencing your customers as well, because you're then journey mapping with them, but you're also making sure from a longer term that their goals are being met, but they're not overreaching.
And just to add to that, like we've started doing a lot more referrals, like saying to certain people, yes, basically go talk to your family accountant, or if your parents have got a financial planner, because they might already be in retirement state, see if they'll give you 30 minutes of their time to basically have a quick conversation, right? There's also like really simple things that we basically do, like on a lot of these graphs when we go lower, like you'll see that Queensland being like a very, very strong market. Like you can almost go to nearly any suburb, look at what properties basically sold for 4 basically years ago and essentially what they're selling for now, right? And that's not to say that we're going to see the same growth levels, because it's going to be highly unlikely, right? We had a lot of immigration from Victoria and New South Wales basically into Queensland that was really triggered by COVID. And when you look at a lot of these regional areas that have really boomed up, a lot of that's basically sprung from that people aren't required in the office anymore. And that would just be another quick one that I actually say, Sasha and Nick, I don't know if you guys have seen some of the global CEO reports come out, how companies like Amazon and the likes are basically saying we want people basically in 5 days a week. I'm very, very interested to see what areas like the Sunshine Coast, Mornington Peninsula, those type of areas happen, because I've already started to see very small snippets of people that bought in those regional areas that are talking about selling those properties and moving back closer to the city if they're going to be required in the office 5 days a week. And people are going to be faced really with a choice really quickly. If they make it mandatory, I either keep my job, I go somewhere else. But if everyone else is going to follow suit pretty quickly, the grass potentially isn't going to be greener on the other side. So I'm really interested to see what happens with regional markets over the next 12 months.